Mark Carney, the Liberal Party of Canada's CBC-CTV, they are the enemy. There's no other way to define what's going on in this country. They will gaslight you. They will lie to you. I'm out in the streets every day in downtown Ottawa. I lived in Montreal before this. Our streets are getting worse and worse and worse. The stats bear it out. Violent crimes up 30% in the last decade. Crimes against women up 66%. Petty crimes up over 80%. But I don't need to cite the stats to you. On a day-by-day basis, you can see it. You can see it. If you live in Canada, they will gaslight you. They will lie to you. They will say, oh no, our cities are so much better than they've ever been before. It's total BS. And Canadians who have lived their entire lives here know it for a fact. You can't walk 2 blocks without seeing crack smoking on our streets all over the place. There are violent mobs. Check out some of my videos. If you haven't seen them, check out some of my videos. I know that if you watch the CBC-CTV, they say, oh, it's peaceful protest. They're just trying to raise awareness for what's going on in other parts of the world. Bullshit. I've seen this on so many occasions. They are masked violent mobs who are putting out on the streets fake body bags, fake blood on their hands. If you look disagreeable with what they're supporting in any way, they yell obscenities. They attempt to physically intimidate you. I've seen physical violence on our streets time and time again with these angry mobs. The government will lie time and time and time again so that they can refuse to take responsibility with their insane immigration policies. 8 million people into Canada in under a decade, allowing another million in, despite the fact that 75% of Canadians say enough immigration. Safe supply, where people are allowed to smoke crack on our streets without any punishment because it's the so-called empathetic thing to do. What about the 99.9% of the population that doesn't smoke crack? I was assaulted the other day by a crack smoker. I feel bad for most of these people, but we shouldn't be dealing with it on our streets. Now they're trying to silence anybody who criticizes the government with Bill C-63. You can be put under house arrest and given an ankle bracelet if the newly created Digital Safety Commission, featuring 10 unelected bureaucrats and ombudsmen, deems you likely to say something hateful in the future. I kid you not based on anything you've said, but if you're likely to say anything hateful in the future, and I can guarantee you, they're not going after the people who are on our streets day after day after day, chanting, burning Canadian flags, chanting Intifada. Many of these people are Hamas supporters. Our government rolls the red carpet out for them. But if they believe that you are likely to say something hateful in the future, aka if you have a conservative or right-wing vantage point, they will put you under house arrest. They will give you an ankle bracelet. If Bill C-63 passes, that is the end of free speech in Canada. It's a more dystopian bill than what they passed in the UK. And in the UK, they've already arrested 30. They're arresting 30 people a day, on pace for 12,000 in the year. Under Starmer, the free speech is being eliminated in the UK, and this is because they don't want people to be allowed to criticize immigration. Let's be realistic. They know how unpopular it is. They know they can't win the public debate. So what's their solution? Their solution is to say, you're a racist, you're a xenophobe. If you say anything about immigration, we're going to lock you up, we're going to throw you in prison. Bill C-63 would also add potential lifetime imprisonment for so-called incitement to genocide, whatever that means. We know exactly the type of people they're going to go after with these bills and who they're not going to go after. It's totally political. Canada has become a completely two-tiered policing system. There's no doubt about it. If you spew something that is in line with the Liberals, no matter how hateful it is, A-OK, you're good to go. But if you say anything with a conservative bent to it, they're going to go after you hard. Can you imagine if right-wing groups had been in our streets over the past 2 years the way that these pro-Palestinian groups have been in our streets? Are you effing kidding me? They'd be out here with batons beating the shit out of people, and all Canadians know that that's absolutely the fact. So the point of my message is just say, don't let them gaslight you. Don't let them say, oh, you're a racist, you're a xenophobe if you're saying that our cities have gotten worse. Canadians who have lived here for their entire lives can see what's in front of their noses. We're not effing stupid. Mark Carney, by the way, spent his entire career working for the WF, Davos, Brookfield. Him and his buddies are getting richer than ever. Absolutely. If you're a 0.02%er, this past decade has been absolutely fantastic. There's such a bunch of out-of-touch elites. But if you're a Canadian who just lives in the city trying to make a living, things are getting worse and worse and worse and degrading. And it's time that Canadians stand up and put their foot down, say enough is enough. I've submitted applications to have 2 rallies, one Saturday, September 13th, because we actually have to get boots on the ground, get out there. The next one, Saturday, September 27th. If you're interested in learning more, supporting the cause, hit the link in my bio. You can donate, grab gear, subscribe to my Substack. I'm going to have updates as we get closer to the dates. I've already submitted the application for Saturday, September 13th on Parliament Hill, because I'm so sick of seeing these left-wing groups out on the streets. But I know there's so many Canadian patriots out there, but we never hit the streets. So that's what we have to do, because otherwise, no matter how dominant the polling is on an issue like immigration, on an issue like ESG, on an issue like Bill C-63, unless we actually physically get out on the streets and make ourselves known, absolutely nothing's going to change. So stay tuned for that, because it's time to actually physically be out there. Otherwise, our government isn't going to listen to it. So Saturday, September 16th, September 13th, stay tuned for more information. And we are done being gaslit by this scumbag, Mark Carney.